Hello, this is Chad Middleton from Vision Counseling and Vocational Consulting. We're in Columbia, South Carolina. We are licensed professional counselors, vocational experts. We have experience with Social Security, workers' compensation, and over 12 years of direct work experience with the Department of Veterans Affairs, but working in the private sector included. We have over 20 years of working with veterans, helping them apply for TDIU benefits, which is an employment-related benefit, okay? The benefit pays you at 100% rating if you're no longer capable of holding down a job because of your service-connected disabilities, okay? I wanted to share some more results with you today, just to let some veterans know that are considering our services, how we help veterans. I had another veteran contact me who said he was approved for TDIU benefits. He didn't want to do an interview, but he said it was okay for me to share his information on our YouTube channel. This veteran came to us back in October of last year, 2023. We started his vocational assessment around November of 2023, and we provided a report in February 2024. All right. Typically what happens is once we get you into assessment status and after you send us all of your medical documentation, we then agree to do a report. The report is completed within 30 to 45 days. Okay, but his 45th day, or the date of completion of his report, was February 2024. Now, I want to give you some information about this vet. He is a 63-year-old veteran. He served during the peacetime Gulf War area, but he had an 80% service-connected disability rating. His 80% rating was for PTSD, 50%, sleep apnea, 50%. He had eczema, 10%, ringing in the ears, 10%, and he had burns on his right hand, which was also considered scars at the 10% rating. All right, what happened was when he was in the military, he was working and he got burned, he got electrocuted. All right. He got electrocuted while he was in the military. And subsequently, the VA gave him an 80% rating. Also, the veteran was working as a maintenance supervisor, which is closely related to what he was doing in the military. He was doing it for many years, but he was experiencing trouble on the job, arguments, being confrontational with employees, having a whole lot of issues. He then ended up going out on FMLA. He was having so many problems with concentration, so many problems working with people. The older you get, the more irritable, angry you get. And of course, PTSD is a mental condition. So you may physically be able to do anything, but psychologically, when it comes to working in stressful jobs that require a whole lot of detail, concentration, then your patience gets a lot shorter and it becomes much more difficult for you to do your job. Well, he eventually left his job. He wasn't terminated, but he went out on long-term disability, FMLA, and didn't return to his employment. All right. Veteran came to me, shared with me his information, also provided me with his documentation. Documentation is very important because although what you share with me is important, what I'm able to ascertain from your medical records is mostly important because I don't quote what you say as evidence. What is evidence for me is what is written in your medical files. So the veteran gave me medical documentation. He gave me blue button report. He gave me private mental health counseling records, and also was able to provide for me DBQs for his PTSD condition. Right now, his rating was only 50% for PTSD, but here are the limitations that were that PTSD provided him: anxiety, chronic sleep impairment, depressed mood, difficulty in adapting to a work-like setting, difficulty in adapting to stressful circumstances, difficulty in adapting to work, okay? Difficulty in establishing and maintaining effective work and social relationships, forgetting names, forgetting directions, forgetting recent events, mild memory loss, suspiciousness, and occupational and social impairment with reduced reliability and productivity. Those were his mental health conditions, mental health symptoms, in regards to why they gave him a 50% rating. Now, when you look at a 50%, it's not as severe as 70%, but these limitations are definitely significant. You combine that with his hand condition and the sleep apnea and the eczema, and we provided him with a report that supported certainly not continuing work as a maintenance supervisor. But when we start looking at how these limitations affected his ability to do any other type of work, we determined that based on these limitations, there are no jobs that you can perform. Okay, we provided the veteran report on February 1st, 2024. The veteran just sent me a copy of his award letter. So that's February, March, April, May, June. Took 5 months for him to get a decision back. All right. And what he provided me was a letter saying that he was approved for TDIU benefits. First go around, VA approved his TDIU benefits with the comprehensive vocational report supporting his inability to work. Now, I believe without a vocational evaluation report, he wouldn't have got it. This is my personal opinion, because the information was not severe enough by itself to warrant not returning to work. But because the vocational evaluation supported there are no jobs that he can perform with these limitations, the VA granted his 100% disability for TDIU benefits. Now, total VA benefit, $3,946.25. All right. I don't know what your current financial situation is, but you go from 80% to 100%, and the 100% rating for this benefit for him was $3,946.25 for the rest of his life. Now, if you're on the fence about how much this is going to cost, you're on the fence about how important a vocational evaluation is, I think this is a good indication of how this can benefit you. Plus, they backdated, his benefits from the date in which he filed or intended to file for TDIU benefits. Very valuable documentation to help you get a benefit that is going to be financially rewarding for you. So if there are any veterans that's out there that would like a vocational evaluation report and your disabilities are similar to this veteran's or maybe even more severe, set up a consultation with us so we can talk to you and take you through the process. Yes, the process takes a little time. You can expedite it and get a report quicker if you're in the process of applying for TDIU now. But go through our process, use the evidence to support you getting your 100% disability. All right? This process works. I've been doing this for quite some time. I know and am aware of the terminology VA uses. And just like this veteran and many others, you could be receiving your TDIU benefits for you and your family. Also in South Carolina, your dependents get to go to school for free. So if you're younger, you have small kids, or you got kids about to enter into college, you also get Chapter 35 benefits, I think is what it's called. You get Chapter 35 benefits, which allows your dependents educational benefits to go to college for free, state-supported schools. Okay, so very valuable. It's very valuable services to help you get TDIU benefits or 100% disability. So if you're out there, you're disabled, you have a rating, you're also not working primarily because of your service-connected disabilities, give our office a call. Now, if you call and set up an appointment and we determine that there's another reason that we can't help you, like say, for instance, you decided to not work because of other reasons of this, that, and the third, at least be able to share with me how this process is going to work with you. That's the purpose of the consultation. All right. So when you talk to me, you share with me the current circumstances, and I personally will talk to you about how we plan to proceed if this benefit is for you. If we can't help you, you won't have to pay for a report. Okay. But you definitely want to spend the time to sit down and talk with me one-on-one to talk about your circumstances and how you got to this place where your rating is 70, 80, 90%, and your interest in getting TDIU 100% VA benefits. All right. We don't get into sales. You know, we're not trying to sell you on anything. This is a service that we require or that we provide that a lot of veterans don't know about. So regardless of where you are in the nation, give our office a call, schedule a consultation, and you can talk with me personally and start the process of you getting TDIU benefits. All right. First thing I like for you to do is give our office a call and set up a consultation. Second, I like for you to do is go ahead and put in your intent to file. If you're convinced that these services are for you, put in the intent to file now, so that way you don't lose money as the VA continues the process. And by the time they award you with the benefits, they'll already pay you from the date in which you intended to file. So that's a little bit of information that I'm giving to you already that's going to cost you, that's going to cost you nothing, but it's going to benefit with money in your pocket once they award your TDIU benefits. Okay. So give our office a call. Go ahead and call the VA and put in your intent to file. You don't need a service organization. You don't need an attorney to do this. Call the VA, go to the VA and say, I plan to put in a claim for individual unemployability benefits. That starts your clock. Okay. So by the time you sit down and talk with me, by the time we do a report, by the time the VA sets up a CMP, by the time the CMP results goes to the VA regional office, by the time they decide to make a decision to award your benefits, they backdated all the way back to this date right here. Okay. So you have the patience, you have the time, you have the opportunity. Give our office a call. 803-563-5087. No matter when you hear this message, you can call and leave a message on the voicemail, or you can send us an email at admin, ADMIN, at vcandvc.com. Okay. Admin at vcandvc.com. Say you're interested in a individual consultation for TDIU benefits, and we'll reach out to you and get you scheduled. Okay. God bless you. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. Look, information is out here. I'm glad to be doing this on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll even come out to you and do a seminar if you need us to about how these services help you. All right. God bless you. Have a great day. Look forward to hearing from you soon.